Wow.
Oh, dia dibunuh tuh. Halo guys, welcome back to Oli. Sama gue Samuel.
Dan gue Lydia. Buat kalian yang baru pertama kali hadir di channel ini, selamat menonton ya. Jangan lupa di subscribe dulu, nyalakan tombol loncengnya, karena kita akan main tiap hari game-game PS4 terbaru.
Dan kali ini kita lanjutkan lagi bermain Dragon Quest 11S. Di episode yang lalu kita sudah berhasil menemukan Sylvando guys. Jadi sekarang kita udah berempat, Sylvando, Hendrik, Robert, sama diri kita sendiri. Nah, sekarang kita mau cari teman-teman kita yang lain nih guys, yang terpencar-pencar kemarin. Ayo kita lanjut guys.
Ayo.
Oke guys, jadi sekarang kita udah ketemu dengan Sylvando. Artinya sekarang kita bisa naik kapal laut lagi. Karena kapal lautnya kemarin kan punya si Sylvando kan.
Oh iya bener. Enggak. Sekarang kita mau
oh ini kesini. Kita mau ke kapal laut. Nah ini itu dia kapalnya.
Ye, naik kapal lagi.
Nah cuman kita naik kapal kemana ya?
Yes.
Welcome. Swartz.
Oh, semua orang yang ada di sana punya mimpi yang sama, aneh banget.
Oh, mau bunuh si Shadow itu kali ya?
Yuk kita ke Swartz.
Oke, kita ke Swartz. Jauh dong.
Ya, bakal ketemu banyak monster laut mah.
Iya ini mah. Oh ini nih, kita nanti ngelawan ke atas tuh. Maju guys. Nyampe kita akhirnya Swartz.
Yeay.
Wah, kayaknya ada monster di tengah laut nih.
Wow.
It's a wee bit stormy all of a sudden.
Sylvando, this ship of yours is not about to sink, is it?
Don't mention the S word! I'll have us out of this in just a jiffy.
Duh. Kenapa nih? Ada monster.
Flash.
Aduh, kalau kita berantem mananya habis loh kita.
Where is it coming from?
Kayaknya kita udah mendarat ya, kok ada monster laut ya?
Aduh, mana nih?
Apa ini, paus?
Aduh, kacau deh.
Oh, Godzilla. Ini nggak sih kayak Godzilla?
Iya loh, kodok. Oh ini yang ngancurin Nautica.
Oh iya ingat. Dia kan emang hidup di laut ya.
Wah, kurang ajar.
Baru mulai guys, masih pagi udah dihadang. Sini maju.
You're the one who'll be paying, you great big slimy so-and-so. Get a load of this!
Wow, mau dijurus ulti langsung nih.
Bisa nggak nih? Combo lah harusnya sama kita.
Kamehameha. Loh, kok dia bisa kebal?
Are you having me on? I just blasted you with pearly gates and you barely even flinched.
Nggak gerak sedikit pun.
The orb with which my lord and master entrusted me renders Olio
Nggak bisa gitu maksudnya di skill.
Gak bisa di magic ya?
Gede banget ya. Waduh.
Ah, gawat nih, tenggelam nih.
Terguling.
Aduh, nyemplung. Loh, kemana nih? Terdampar ceritanya.
Mimpi nih mah kayaknya. Tuh kan mimpi. Mimpi nih, mana mungkin. Beneran.
Oh, itu lagi mancing. Itu warga nautika kan? Oh, ini di suatu tempat. Kayaknya aku tahu deh tempat ini deh. Nggak bisa. What is this place?
Tuh nanya tuh sama orang lagi mancing.
Nah, naik sini. Oh, kok dia berubah jadi cewek?
Loh. Apa kita yang salah lihat?
Loh, tadi bukan kan?
Ya udah ngobrol aja. Disuruh ikutan mancing kita.
Oh, ini. Kok jadi malah jadi mancing? Loh, kok dia berubah lagi?
And what, might I ask, are you staring at? Is there something stuck to my face?
No.
All right. It is rather an imposing appearance, I agree. Why don't we try another?
Apa? Loh,
Oh, bisa berubah-berubah dia.
No. Still no good. Well, if at first you don't succeed.
malah dogi dong.
Nah, udah gini aja deh.
Not settling on a particular form, That rather makes me think you might not know who I am.
Oh, ini si Dewi itu loh. Putri Duyung. Kan bisa berubah-berubah wujud kan?
Masa sih?
Harusnya sih
In your
begitu.
world, I am known as
Seer.
the Seer.
Oh, the Seer.
I take on different appearances for different people, you see. By which I mean to say that I look different depending on who is doing the looking.
The Seer itu yang kemarin ketemu si
But
Eric kan?
enough about me. How's the fishing? Caught anything?
Yes, caught anything.
You're a terrible liar, you know.
Kok dia anggap pembohong?
You're not ready yet, you see. When the time comes, you will know it.
Kita ini belum ready
When the
mulu nih
fish
lawan
finally
Mordegon.
takes the bait, you must be ready to reel it in. But until then, you have no choice but to wait patiently. That is just the way of life. You know, I have the strangest feeling I've met one of your companions. Eric, was it?
Oh, dia yang ketemu Eric
Well,
waktu itu.
No matter.
Aku
We are not
lupa
here to
kalau ada
discuss
Eric, aku
him.
cuma ingetin cewek-cewek.
Come, let us go inside.
Ingatnya Jet
We
mulu
can
nih aku nih.
save the fishing for another day.
Dia itu the Seer yang nolongin Eric kan?
Iya. Speak with the Seer inside the cottage. Loncat aja. Nah.
Take a seat. Make yourself at home. The fact that you're here makes me wonder if you might have taken a bit of a wrong turn somewhere. Hold still for just a moment. Ah, so that's it. Worried we've lost the power of the luminary, are we? Well, I'm afraid there's not much I can do about that. But there is one thing I can say. You may think that your power has been taken from you by the Lord of Shadows. But power cannot be taken, no more than it can be touched or tasted. Especially
nggak bisa
not
diambil
the power
katanya.
of the luminary. Still no idea what I'm talking about, huh? Well, no matter. I think that's enough for now. Let me leave you with this thought. When the time comes, you will know. You will feel the tug on the line, and you will know. As in fishing, so in life. Oh, that's right. You're drowning, aren't you?
Oh, tadi kan terakhir kita tenggelam.
That
Oh,
won't
iya.
do at all. Well, don't fret. A certain sacred tree tells me it's not your time just yet. Right. We'd better get you woken
Tuh
up,
kan ini mimpi.
hadn't we? You are the luminary, after all. You have rather an important task to be getting on with. Go. Save the world.
Oh, dipeletak.
Wow, udah nih.
Darling, you're alive! Oh, thank goodness.
Kita jadi nggak ngelawan si kadal tadi, kodok.
When you took that
Nggak
tumble
jadi
into
kayaknya.
the sea back there, we all thought you were done for, laddie. Oh, it was terrible. We tried to fish you out, but you slipped beneath the waves before we could get to you. But then, well, it was nothing
Wah, ada
short of
cahaya.
a miracle. There was a bright light, and suddenly, there you were, floating up from the seabed. Somehow we managed to pull you out of the water, give that
Kita
big
mengapung gitu.
slimy so-and-so the slip, and get here to safety. I still don't know quite how we did it.
What's the matter, honey? You look like you've seen a ghost. You're kidding. You were fishing and you met a person called the Seer and they turned into a dog? Oh, come on, silly Billy. You were just dreaming, that's all. You were out for a long time.
Dianggap
You've been
mimpi
through
nih.
quite an ordeal. You need rest. As do we all. Come.
Whoop.
Wow, itu tuh siernya tuh. Ah, jadi tulisan.
Gak bisa baca, nggak ngerti.
Courage in your heart
Oh,
and lightning in your hand.
Harus berani katanya.
bahasa apa itu ya?
Bahasa Sanskerta kayaknya.
There'll be time enough for staring out to sea tomorrow, laddie. Come on, let's get you to bed.
Hah, rumah siapa ini? Masuk-masuk rumah orang. Warriors rest would be wiser move.
Tuh, kita harus ke Warrior Rest Inn.
Oh, kita udah di Swarseras nih.
Soalnya ini banyak orang yang di sana bermimpinya sama semua.
Mimpinya apa?
Gak tahu.
Oh, ini nggak bisa diambil. Swarseras Warrior Rest Inn. Nggak ada kuda apa nih?
Nah, ini ada pemanggilan kuda.
Oh, si tante-tante ngapain nih? Everyone who stay here are exactly the same dream.
Oh, kita harus tidur di sini kalau kita mau tahu mimpi apa sih sebenarnya.
Oh, baru kita tidur tadi, terus tidur lagi. Wow, there traveler. Sometimes you got just to sit back.
Jadi kita tidur lagi di sini.
Nggak tahu nih. Oh, nih pedagang nih. Kesini kan?
Ngomong-ngomong mau tidur.
I bet this place has been wrecking. Terus kita bobo di sini.
Bobo.
Welcome to Fair Traveler. Stay overnight.
Nah,
More the gun ini.
Such despair.
Siapa ini ya?
I am helpless, powerless, bound by the chains of regret.
Kenapa ya ini orang?
I could go back, I would gladly accept eternal damnation just to go back to that day.
Siapa ya itu ya?
Lord of Shadow kali.
Hear my plea. You
Restless
must
Night.
free this restless knight from his prison of despair.
Mimpi yang cukup aneh.
Cuman gitu doang mimpinya udah.
So we all had the same dream, eh? Just like people have been saying. The poor knight bemoaning his fate, asking to go back.
Oh, it was tragic. He looked so desperate. I wish there was something we could do to help, but we don't know who he is, or even where he is.
Merenung nih.
Maybe not. But that was
Oh,
Dracilian
Dracilian
armor he was
armor.
wearing. There's no doubt
Dundrasil
about
dong.
that. What do you say, laddie? Shall we go and see what's become of Dundrasil now that this blasted darkness has engulfed the
Oh,
world?
Dundrasil dikuasai
Oh.
kegelapan.
Pergi lagi ke Ruin of Dundrasil berarti ya. Kan Dundrasilnya udah jadi ruin sekarang. Head to the old sorcerers to Dundrasil. Dundrasil region tuh.
Tuh deket tuh.
Dundrasil region. Kuda aja deh. Kuda, mana kuda?
Kamu disuruh ngomong sama Mak nih.
You spend night here, don't you?
Iya. Oke.
Oke, kita langsung ke atas. Dundrasil region. Lari. Ih, musuhnya ada yang baru nih.
Ih, gede banget. Itu yang lama kayaknya mah.
Oh, yang melet-melet ya? Oh, kesini ya? Kesini dong berarti.
Ya.
Nah, sampai deh, bentar lagi. Musuhnya jadi beda sekarang. Nah, ini dia, sampai deh kita ke Ruin of Dundrasil ya.
Betul.
Cuman dia tuh siapa ya, si penaiknya itu ya?
Mungkin tentara di sini yang kena kuasa kegelapan, despair.
Semenjak si War Tree-nya hancur ya, Yggdrasil-nya hancur. Bener gak sih?
Ah, salah
salah.
kemana ih?
Salah.
Oh, banyak
naga. Naganya udah berkembang sekarang, udah bersayap-sayap, lihat.
Bukan, buntutnya itu loh.
Buntutnya 2, banyak buntutnya tuh. The Ruin of Dundrasil. Investigate nih, ada apa nih? Turun dulu deh. Oh, kesini kali ya. Kok sekarang tuh jadi banyak api-api beginian loh.
Semenjak Yggdrasilnya runtuh banyak.
Iya, api-apian tuh apa? Kalau disiram padam nggak itu?
Terus kita injek-injek nggak kepanasan.
Enggak lah, kita mah kebal. Wow, ini dia. Tuh, udah nyampe kita.
Crevens. This place was in ruins the last time we came. But this is something else. Ah, it fair breaks my heart. Where was I? Ah, yes. It should be around here somewhere. Would you boys do me a favor and shift this little lot?
Diapain?
Well, don't just stand there, darling. If I'm getting my hands dirty, you are too.
Where does this stairway lead, Lord Robert?
Mungkin di sini kali kesatrianya ya, terkubur dia.
Iya kali.
To an underground passage that runs beneath the castle. It was meant to allow the royal family to flee should
Oh, buat
Dundrasil
jalan
ever come
kabur
under
ini kalau ada
attack.
apa-apa.
Right. Let's get in there and see if we can find some clues to the identity of our restless knight, shall we?
Masuk ke dalam. Wah, kayaknya di sini banyak musuh nih, bakalan.
Dungeon nih, dungeon.
Oh, ke bawah berarti ya. Bentar, di sini jalan buntu ada. Oh, nggak ada harta karun. Kirain di tiap jalan buntu tuh ada harta karun gitu ya.
Yang kalau tuh jalan buntunya sedikit.
Tuh nggak ada juga di sini harta karunnya. Oh, tuh ada kan, bener kan?
Ke sudutnya harus yang jauh
Pial
lagi.
of Sage Elixir. Nah, udah sampai nih. Ada sesuatu nih.
Nah ini.
Tuh, dia ketemu kan? Kayaknya kita mesti ngelawan deh.
How dare you return here? Be gone, servants of evil! You took everything.
Duh, orang kita nih yang pahlawannya gimana dia?
Iya.
You monsters! I will never forgive you!
Wah, siapa dia ya?
I'm keen to have a wee chat with our friend here, but something tells me he's got other things in mind.
Udah berantem dah ini mah.
Wow.
Such despair. Stay
Aduh.
focused.
Ini pedang lawan pedang nih.
Mesti gimana ya? Lawan aja lah.
No way!
Wah, cuma 2 kali kena. Aduh.
Wow. Oh, disembuhin kita.
Tuh ngapain tuh? Aduh, sakit. Sakit juga kita mukulnya dia.
Semua orang support kita loh.
Enggak lah. Sakit tuh mukulnya. Paling sakit OliOli mukulnya ya sekarang.
Iyalah, harusnya memang begitu.
Pakai 2 pedang. Oh, kritikal.
Wow.
Duh. Aduh, tidur semua dong.
Si Hendrik tuh bangun. Wow.
Gila, dikutuk terus. Bangun.
Kuat ya.
Kuat apa sih?
More here.
Diapain tuh? Kritikal, mati udah.
Wah.
Mati dia kena kritikal, sakit.
You took my beloved Eleanor.
Oh, ini babeh kita kali ya?
Masa sih?
I will never forgive you.
Si siapa sih namanya?
Erwin.
Raja.
Eleanor.
Siapa ya?
But that's the old queen's name, which would make you...
Erwin.
Irwin.
Last king of Dundrasil. Just as I thought.
Mantunya dia.
Iya.
A great man. And a fine warrior too, as you've just witnessed. And, most importantly of all, your father.
Wah, babe.
I'm sorry the two of you had to meet like this.
Kenapa pertengkaran keluarga begini
What
sih?
happened to you, Erwin? Come on, laddie. Look at me.
Buka dulu tuh, nggak kelihatan kali. Loh, kok gitu mukanya nggak ada?
What in the...
At last you have come. Long have I waited for a kindly soul to free my restless knight from his misery.
Ini suara siapa? Eleanor.
You are correct, of course. Before you kneels Erwin, King of Dundrasil. All those long years ago, on that darkest of days, he fought to the last. The light of justice sustained him, and he refused to yield to the darkness. But with time, that light has waned, and all that remains is the tortured soul you see before you. Lost
Oh, dia
between
menyerahkan
light
dirinya
and
kepada
dark,
kegelapan gitu ya?
life and death. I beg of you, help him, free him from his nightmare.
Menyerahkan, bukannya katanya dia nggak mau menyerah pada kegelapan tadi.
Into the darkness of his despair.
Tapi setelah semuanya hilang, dia jadi menyerahkan kayaknya.
The voice. It's gone again. Who is she?
That'll have to wait. Erwin here needs our help. But what are we supposed to do to help him?
My OliOli. Move in closer to listen. Loh. Oh, dia dikuasai iblis.
I smell fresh meat. It's been a while. Years, in fact. Well then, I need to make you nice and miserable before I devour your tender torment. Watch and despair.
Such pain. Such anguish. I am helpless. Powerless. Bound by the chains of regret.
Di mana nih?
King Erwin, it is a great honor to be invited to celebrate this most special of days with you.
The birth of your son and heir is a source of great joy and happiness to us all. Congratulations, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Thank you. Aye, this is a momentous day for Dundrasil. I am truly humbled to be lucky enough to celebrate it with you all. My dear Sultan, King Gustav, allow me to welcome you both to Dundrasil. You honor us with your presence.
The honor is all ours, King Erwin. Truly, it has been far too long. 1,000 thanks for preparing such lavish festivities. Though, of course, we are
ini
not here
Sultan
merely
Nomgalo
to
Polis.
celebrate. Today's colloquy of kings shall determine the fate of Erdrea for generations to come. I, for one, mean to see that my people's interests are well represented. You will forgive me if I grow a little passionate at times.
It is the first time the rulers of the four kingdoms have ever gathered under one roof, you know. A momentous occasion indeed. But the reason itself is a momentous one, of course. The birth of an heir to the title of luminary is an event of unparalleled significance.
Indeed it is. Thank you once again for agreeing to meet so readily. Now, I have some final preparations to make before we convene the colloquy. I will come and fetch you when we're ready to begin. Guards, I don't suppose any of you have seen King Carnelian?
Carneliannya mana tuh katanya?
Yes, sire. King Carnelian is walking the grounds with Lord Robert, sire.
Kita di dalam mana nih? Dalam mimpi kali ya?
Sepertinya.
There is no need to be so impatient. See the baby.
Flashback ini ke masa lalunya pas dia lahir.
King Gustav tuh siapa ya? Kayaknya
Kerajaan.
pernah tahu. Arboria ya?
Lupa, pokoknya itu ada 4 kerajaan. Daerah-daerah situ juga.
King Carnelian, Lord Robert, I will be convening the colloquy shortly, if you'd like to make ready.
Lord Robert informs me that the boy bears the mark. That he is the luminary reborn.
That's right, aye. I've decided to present him to you all at the colloquy. The sight of so many people gathered to celebrate his birth has brought home to me how important he is. How much hope the light he brings represents.
Save it for the meeting, Owen.
Don't take it to heart, laddie. The fate of all Erdrea hangs on the luminary now. Not everyone's going to be happy about that. Right, it's nearly time. Why don't you go and fetch the wee one from Eleanor's chambers?
Wow, dari sini kayaknya udah jahat kali ya si itunya.
Siapa? Carnelian.
Carneliannya udah dipengaruhi iblis.
Apa nih, perayaan gitu ya, perayaan kelahiran kita?
Iya, kelahiran pahlawan Illuminary.
Orang disuruh upstairs, ngapain?
Oh, upstairs.
Udah gak fokus nih.
Aku malas baca jadi aku skip. Nah, ini ada orang lagi nih bisa ngobrol. How many times do I tell you? To the left nih, through that door and to the left. Nah, through that door and to the left. Cing. Wah, itu dia.
He's so tiny. Can I
Oh,
touch
itu
him,
si
Lady
Jade
Eleanor?
udah lebih
I
tua.
promise I'll be careful.
Iya, memang Jade lebih tua daripada kita, sisternya.
Oh, nggak bisa dipacarin dong.
Ya nggak apa-apa. Tidak mengenal usia.
I think he likes you, Jade. He wants to play. He's a very special boy, you know. They call him the Luminary. People have all sorts of hopes for him. But I just hope he grows up to be like his father. That he can help people to overcome their problems. Just as Erwin does.
I hope he grows up to be nice and kind like you, Lady Eleanor.
Wow, ini nih serangannya. Kayaknya yang nyerang si Cornelian tahu.
Udah jahat ya waktu itu ya.
King Erwin!
The colloquy's about to start, Eleanor. Will you hand me the wee one? All right, wee man. Let's go and talk to some scary old men, shall we? Don't worry. Daddy will look after you.
Oh, Erwin. You don't need to hold on to him so tight, you know. Let the poor boy breathe.
Tuh kalung emaknya tuh.
Would you look at it
Yang
thundering
dikasih ke
away
kita,
out
kan?
there? And
Oh,
on
gitu.
such a special day too. It's making me feel uneasy.
Oh iya, itu bandulnya
Come on
doang
now,
kan.
Eleanor. There's nothing to worry about. We'll keep you safe no matter what, won't we, wee man?
And what about me,
Hey, you don't need me to protect you, Jade. You've got King Carnelian. Your dad's a force to be reckoned with, and no mistake. Right. We better get this meeting started. I'll see you later, Eleanor.
Good luck. Both of you.
Udah, sekarang kita ke tempat meeting. Meetingnya tuh mau memperkenalkan anak raja gitu ya.
Iya, orang-orang tuh mau lihat.
Colloquy guy of king.
Room straight across from the throne room. Straight across.
Throne room. Oh, straight across ini dong berarti.
Tuh yang lorong di ujung sana.
Ini lagi mengingat masa lalu nih ceritanya.
This child, he is the
Tuh kan
one
si King Corneliannya udah jahat zaman dulu.
Udah
bears the
dirasukin.
mark. There's no mistaking it.
Udah kerasukan.
Dark one riseth, tree descendeth, luminary, man defendeth. Light's mark shineth, hand extendeth. With his coming, black night endeth.
The final poem in the Book of Erdwin.
The legends tell us that the Dark One was defeated by the Luminary in the Age of Heroes, bringing eternal peace to the world. But, as I'm sure you haven't failed to notice, monsters walk the land once more. The peace of Erdrea is under threat.
The kingdom of Svardsrust has already fallen at the wicked creature's hands, and King Arnut with it. He will be sorely missed.
And now a child has been born who bears the mark. Which brings us to our reason for gathering here today. What does all this mean for Erdrea?
You speak of the Dark One, of monsters running wild, of the peace of centuries crumbling. But surely, the birth of the child signals an end to our woes. Now that the Luminary is among us, the balance can be restored, the peace can be maintained. All is well, is it not?
You believe that the presence of the Luminary will ensure that peace prevails. Can you be certain?
Belum tentu jadi ya harusnya ya.
Lord Robert, but the Book of Erdwin contains another poem concerning this matter, does it not?
It does. The very first poem. The prophecy. World tree's gift, first of many, bold, bright, blessed luminary. Thy light doth a shadow cast.
Tuh, kayaknya dia ngarang deh.
The dark
Puisinya
one,
dibikin-bikin sendiri.
black.
Apa sih artinya dia ngomongnya puitis banget?
Ih, kamu nggak paham. Maksudnya ini loh Luminary, dia membawa kegelapan, artinya gitu.
But the Luminary causes the appearance of the Dark One.
Kayak dia bikin sendiri deh.
Without light, there cannot be shadow. Without darkness, the stars cannot shine. This has always been the way of the world. Darkness and light must coexist. So, indeed, the birth of the Luminary may well be what causes the Dark One to awaken.
You dare to imply that my son is somehow the source of our troubles? That the Luminary isn't a force for good?
Can we be certain that he is? Evil does not always take a monstrous form, after all. You must have noticed the sinister glow emitted by Erdwin's lantern of late. Ever since your child was born, in fact.
What are you trying to...
Oh, si OliOli nangis.
Oh. The star sings at night, you know. I have heard it. It sings of Erdrea's destruction.
Oh, gimana sih maksudnya?
King Gustav is right.
Ah, don't you start.
Ominous footsteps approach. We all hear them. As the leaders of this world, we owe it to our people to root out even the slightest hint of evil at its source. Even when that source is painfully close to home.
Jadi mesti dibunuh.
Why don't you just come out and say it? You're asking me to kill my own son. My own flesh and blood.
Wah, OliOli makin nangis. Dia bubar aja, kenapa?
Something happened. Not long before the child was born. I'm sure some of you saw it. A great, blinding light shot up from Yggdrasil and set the sky aglow. For a moment, it seemed that night had become day, We saw that same light on the evening he was born. It was shining from the mark on his hand. The child is a force for good. I have never been more certain of anything. He did not give rise to the darkness. He was sent to drive it out. Light and dark are not two sides of the same coin. The light of the luminary is a gift. A gift that will cleanse the world of evil.
A rousing performance indeed. Of course, if you had shown even a whit less conviction, we would have had no choice but to remove the child from your care. The luminary is the child of Yggdrasil. He alone can bring light to the world. He must be protected at all costs.
I hope you will forgive us our little test.
Oh, mereka
But we
ngetes.
had to be sure how
Pura-pura doang.
strongly you believed. Your face.
I am satisfied. Send him to Heliodor when he comes of age. He will be trained in all that he will need to fulfill his destiny. We must confer upon the luminary the power to lead us all.
King Carnelian, everyone, I don't know what to say.
Oh, belum, berarti malam ini bukannya harusnya malam pas diserang ya?
Very good. The most pressing item on our agenda is dealt with, and it ended just as I knew it would.
Now the matter is settled. Our kingdoms are united in their purpose.
Let all be as Yggdrasil wills it.
That concludes the colloquy. Now, all that remains is to introduce the luminary to his adoring public.
Thank you, King Carnelian. My friends, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Now,
Nah, ini ada masalah nih.
Serangan nih.
What is it?
You must flee the
Tuh kan,
palace
monster.
immediately. Monsters. Hundreds of monsters.
Mungkin abis ini baru dirasukin itu si Carneliannya.
Bisa jadi. Tuh dia kan begitu masih bayi langsung mau diincer kan, mau dibunuh kan.
We're under attack. Everyone, we have to get out of here now.
Loh, gimana nih, berantem nih kita ikutan? He is watching the door with silent resolve. Loh, kita buka lagi.
Wow. Masuk istana loh.
Tuh, nyariin luminari.
They have come in force, but they shall not have the child. Lord Robert and I will keep them at bay. Take Eleanor and the child and flee the castle. Now!
But King Carnelian, this is suicide!
Wow, jagoan dong.
You need not fret on my behalf. I am not in my dotage just yet. Now go!
Thank you, both of you.
Wah, kemana nih kita? Oh nih, berantem dia. Apa katanya? Irwin made it to the throne room.
Throne room.
Ini kita nggak bisa lawan ya? Apa nih? The monster doesn't seem to be aware of OliOli presence.
Yes.
Try to fight it, coba ya. Oh, bisa dilawan dong.
Cuman dia nggak tahu ada kita. Dia nggak bakal nyerang bro.
Udah mati.
Cupu nggak usah lah. Cil.
Loh. Coba lihat. Ceritanya jadi beda nggak nanti nasibnya?
Ya enggak lah.
Coba nih. Bisa dilawan ya, aneh dalam mimpi loh.
King Erwin, there you
Mana
are.
nih?
We were so worried.
You're alive. Oh, thank the heavens. When we saw the monsters coming, we feared the worst for you both.
Never mind that now. We need to get out of here, all of us. Come on.
Ayo lari.
No matter what happens, I will get
Tuh
you
dia
out of
pakai
here.
kostum ini.
I promise. Let's
Sama
go.
yang tadi kan. Cuma kok bisa jadi begitu ya?
Kesini ya? Bener kan lari kan?
Turun.
Follow King Irwin downstairs. Terus kok bisa kepisah ya si Irwingnya?
Ini kan emaknya lari sendiri ya Majid.
Why can't took the prince downstairs with him? Ke bawah berarti.
We should be able to get out through here.
Masih ada monster gede nih. Jadi terpisah. Oh, si ini.
I sense him. I smell him. The luminary. Give him to me. There can be no escape.
Just you try and take him.
Mati udah gitu doang.
Cupu.
The monsters are everywhere. What are we going to do, Erwin?
If they've made it this far around the castle, they must have the place surrounded. We'll have to use the tunnels. This way.
Ke tunnel. Jadi mereka tuh ternyata kabur lewat tunnel rahasia.
Mana itu tuh.
I hope King Irwin and memang oke ya.
Pintu yang mana nih?
Ini nih.
I think this was the one. Quickly, in we go, before the monsters find us.
Nah, lewat jalan rahasia nih. Oh, di jalan rahasia dia ketemu monster kali. Ya kan? Di tempat tadi kan ini kan?
Betul.
Di tempat tadi kita berantem sama dia kan? Terus mereka terpisah. Nah, kesini. Jadinya tinggal
Kanan.
berdua. Tinggal berdua yang cewek-cewek doang.
Time to make a break for it.
Wow.
I'll deal with him. Get out of here, quickly.
Tapi kok dia bisa jadi hilang gitu ya mukanya?
Kayaknya dia minjem kekuatan kegelapan kali pada saat melawan mereka.
Run and don't look back.
Of
right, you despicable creatures. Do your worst. You won't get past me!
Wah, ini masih lawan mau nggak mau nih.
Kok kita bantuin?
Biar nggak bosan lah kita ikut melawan.
Wah,
jagoan kita daripada dia. Loh, kok dia bisa dipukul kita?
Udah.
Gua dapat experience lumayan.
And stay down. Right. Time to get after Eleanor.
Oh, itu Carnelian tuh nyariin si Jade.
King Carnelian? Over here, Your Majesty!
Oh, jangan-jangan dia dikhianatin Carnelian di sini nih. Ya kan? Dikutuk sama Carnelian kali.
Iya, mungkin Carneliannya udah dirasukin.
King Carnelian? What in the...
Oh, kena tuh Carneliannya.
Who are you? What do you think you're doing?
Wah, dia masuk.
Your Majesty!
Erwin, is that you? What happened? Is everyone safe?
You're all right. Thank goodness. Jade's with Eleanor and the wee one, Your Majesty. They made it safely out of the castle.
I see. Good. Very good. I shall send my forces after them
Mau
right
dicari.
away.
Your Majesty, what do you...
Wow.
Oh, dia dibunuh tuh.
The bloodline of the Luminary ends here today.
King Carnelian? Your Majesty?
Oh, itu sih itu tuh.
Sire. Forgive me. I was unable to find you. I thank the
Si
heavens
Hendrik
that
berarti
you're
tahu ya
unhurt.
kalau dibunuh sama Carnelian ya.
King Erwin, what has happened here?
I had no choice. He came at me in a frenzy. Queen Eleanor has absconded with the Luminary, and with my daughter.
Surely not. Whatever would possess them to commit such acts?
The birth of the child has put them both under great pressure. It has also caused the coming of the monsters, the loss of countless lives. Perhaps the coming of the Luminary does bring darkness in its wake. After all, without him, this tragedy would never have come to pass. Yes, I see now. He is not our savior. He is the harbinger of the night to come.
Dipengaruhi si Hendriknya, diomongin.
The child of evil. The dark spawn. He must be found and dealt with. The peace of Erdrea must not be permitted to collapse. Find him. Leave no stone unturned.
Sire.
Wah, mati dia.
Enggak tuh. Sekarat.
He is no harbinger of darkness. He is the luminary, the savior. Someone, please. King Carnelian must be stopped, or the world will be plunged into darkness. Eleanor, please, forgive me. I was too weak.
Terus gimana nih mati dia? Oh, ini monsternya monster apa nih? Kita lawan. Oh, tuh dia berubah jadi monster, jangan-jangan.
Nah, kok bisa gitu ya?
Tuh dimakan.
I am the Gloomnivore.
Oh, dia memakan despair.
I devour despair. And this one's misery is just exquisite. His kingdom ruined, his family gone, betrayed, dying alone.
Oh,
dimakan
kayaknya
dong.
Monster dong.
Monster despair.
I've been drawing out his torture for all these years. One must savor such succulent suffering. But even the most fabulous feasts must come to an end. It is time to move on to the next course. How does your despair compare, I wonder? Hold still while I sample its delights.
Wah, berantem lagi dong kita nih.
Ayo, tapi kan sendirian.
Give yourself to misery. Let anguish consume you.
Hah?
This is your most painful memory. The darkest, tenderest recess of your soul. Yes.
Your power were stolen loh.
And used to give
Dia diingetin lagi sama monster despair-nya. Ini loh memori kamu.
You could not protect your friends. You could not save the
Bego-begoin kita,
world.
diomong-omongin yang jelek.
What kind of hero are you? Pathetic.
Wah, berantem aja, ayo pukul-pukulan.
Wallow in it. Marinate yourself in misery. Yes. My mouth begins to water.
Mau nih jadi terjebak dong kalau gitu mah.
Selamatin kayaknya.
Can you hear me? Please, you must listen. There is a light inside you that can never be extinguished. It is waiting, biding its time, but it is there, and when it shines forth, it will illuminate the world. Now is that time. You are the luminary. You must conquer the darkness. You must shine.
Wow, meledak. Kita harus meledak.
This light is...
Wow.
What's happening?
Oh, tadinya kita masuk ke dalam bajunya itu.
Iya, masuk kali ya.
You're back with us, laddie. Are you all right?
This light, disgusting.
Nah, sekarang baru berantem nih.
It fills my mouth. It tastes of hope.
This is the beast responsible for King Erwin's suffering. We must defeat it and lift His Majesty's curse.
Dare disturb me while I prepare to summon
Banyak omong dia ya.
delicious
Kawan berantemnya nih.
morsel of misery. No matter, your screams of agony will surely whet my appetite.
Ini habis lawan bos lagi gimana nih? Darahnya. Oh, full lagi.
Wow.
Lumayan. Wow. Sakit nih, sakit banget mukulnya.
Kuat juga lah kayaknya dia.
Aduh, Kazam.
Waduh.
Luminary.
Kasus tidur. Pinter juga. Ya, bangun. Dia dipukul tidur ya.
Wow, hebat tuh spellnya. Langsung ngebangunin semua orang dong.
Wah, kuat loh dia monsternya.
Wow.
Dia pukulannya pukulan tidur loh.
Wow, sekarat. Sekarat.
More heal.
Here you go, laddie. Don't worry, darling. Syl's here.
Ayo dong, serang. Jangan heal dulu.
Habis wadah sekarat. Sekarang OliOli sekarat.
Here you go, laddie.
Multi heal. Multi heal ini boros banget loh mananya loh, seriusan. Nge-heal mulu dari tadi.
Ya bisa gimana?
Gila sakit mukulnya. Malesin yang jurus areanya.
Aduh, sekarat 2 orang.
Luminary.
Jangan nge-heal dong.
Ya mati nanti. Ih.
Maksudnya jangan OliOli yang nge-healnya.
Sakit woi.
Do not falter.
Wow, lumayan.
Tuh bersih banget ya tuh kayak gitu tuh skill areanya.
Udah berat nih, harus leveling lagi kayaknya ya.
Wah, mati.
Udah.
Not bad at all. Diligence is its own
Wow.
reward. Ho ho! I'm fitter than ever.
Mati dia. Oh, jadi dia masih hidup.
Where am I?
Kok bisa
Jadi dia masih hidup?
Terus masih muda lagi.
Harusnya mah udah kongkong.
Wait. Those eyes. I'd know them anywhere. Son. Is it really you? It was you who saved me, wasn't it?
Erwin, you're
Oh,
back.
dia Eleanor kali.
You're back to your old self at last.
Eleanor?
Our son has freed you. Despair no longer holds you captive. You are free to join me after all these
Oh, diajak
years.
naik ke surga.
Udah mati jadi dia tuh arwahnya doang. Arwah penasaran.
I am, my love. I am.
Iya kan dulu udah ditusuk ya.
Iya. Terus udah sekarat, tiba-tiba ada monster.
My dear son, my darling boy. Many hardships await you. Many trials lie ahead. But you must not stray from your path. You must not falter. Let the light of hope, the light inside you, be your guide. And remember, we will always watch over you.
Wow.
Farewell, my darling. I love you so much.
Goodbye, my little one. Goodbye, Erwin. I hope both of you find peace at last.
Berarti mereka udah beneran udah mati sekarang ya.
Honey, your hand! The mark. It's glowing again.
Oh,
Your powers,
bisa?
they're back!
Oh, bisa gitu ya, aneh banget.
The luminary is restored to us, and all thanks to his honored
dikasih
parents.
kekuatan sama roh bapak mamanya.
Wow, regain the power of luminary. Bisa gitu. Oh, kita harus ke Octagonia nih, ketemu si Jade. Si Jade dalam bahaya, mau dikawin paksa sama monster. Udah nih, berarti sekarang kita keluar ya.
Kita ke Octagonia.
Kenapa nggak keluarin otomatis sih? Ini harus jalan kaki lagi nih, capek.
Hei, mana?
Wah, nasib si Jet gimana ya itu ya terakhir ya? Aduh, mengkhawatirkan.
Bukannya menang ya?
Lo kan terakhir kan dia pingsan karena bajunya itu loh. Baju terputuknya itu. Head for Octagonia. Oke guys, jadi sekarang kita mau pergi ke Octagonia guys. Kita mau ketemu si Jet nih kayaknya abis ini. Kita istirahat dulu sebentar, nanti kita akan lanjutkan bermainnya lagi ya guys.
Jangan lupa di like, komen, dan subscribe channel ini supaya kalian gak ketinggalan video dari kita.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.